We all know about the radical Islamic terror attacks in the United States, Europe, and across the world. But do we really know what's driving them? We all know about terrorism. This is the war you don't know about.
I think there is a general tendency to underestimate the threat which is offered to us in the present global conflict.
I think the public in America is denied the strategic truth. Media and elite are not helping.
The vast majority of Americans no longer are falling for the trick of the bad terrorists who are out there to get us.
The Third Jihad tells the story that the media refuses to tell. It's a powerful new film that exposes the roots, goals and strategies of radical Islam.
ما نعتقده أن جميع الأرض لا بد أن تكون تحت حكم الإسلام.
If one wants to find out what is motivating radical Islam, surely it's more sensible to look at what they actually say they're doing and what their intentions actually are.
يحتل العالم من أجل أن تنتصر كلمة لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله على قبة موسكو وواشنطن وباريس.
And it's not only the radicals in the Middle East that hold these views.
Allah says that Islam will rise to its proper position in the world. Islam will reign supreme whether they like it or not.
So this is not a war about land or oil or occupation.
Jihad is a foreign policy to expand the Islamic authority all over the world.
But rather the radicals see themselves as continuing the jihadi conquests of the 7th and 14th centuries. And how do they plan on spreading Islam throughout the world? Terrorism is just one of the tactics.
How you doing?
The Third Jihad tells the story of Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, a U.S. Navy veteran and former physician to the U.S. Congress. Dr. Jasser is a devout Muslim, and after 9/11, he committed to fight the spread of radical Islam.
Where are the Muslims? Where are they in speaking out and condemning terrorism? If you listen to bin Laden, he is not a nutcase as many Muslims will want you to believe. He is a fascistic theocrat, period.
Despite the personal risk, Dr. Jasser is trying to sound the alarm before it's too late.
In today's context, there are actually two different types of jihad. There's the violent jihad, where the Islamists use violence and terror to try to overthrow their enemy. And then there's what has been termed the cultural jihad, where these Islamists use in a most duplicitous way the laws and the rights they are given in our society to try to work against society and overthrow it.
The leaders of radical Islam, or many of them, realized that they cannot win the United States at the military level. So they plot another thing or another plot to infiltrate America from within.
After 9/11, I came across an alarming document that reveals the true agenda of much of the Muslim leadership here in America. A strategy to infiltrate and dominate America.
What Dr. Jasser found was a document uncovered by the FBI. It was a 15-page manifesto that outlines the goals and strategies of the Muslim Brotherhood in North America.
Hamas grew out of the Muslim Brotherhood. Palestinian Islamic Jihad grew out of the Muslim Brotherhood. From the Egyptian Islamic Jihad movement grew the current movement of Al-Qaeda, for instance.
On page 7, the document states that their work in America is a kind of a grand jihad in eliminating and destroying the Western civilization from within.
Many of the radical groups listed on the document are still in existence today. And many of those groups strive to foster a mainstream moderate image, and have become increasingly influential. Dr. Jasser came to realize that some of the Muslim leaders who were touted as patriotic Americans were in fact calling for Islam to dominate America.
Either we do it now, or we do it after 100 years. But this country will become a Muslim country.
Before Allah opens our eyes for the last time, to be established will be the second largest religion in America. That's where we are now. It is the worst religion in America.
In fact, on our website, we talk about the Islamic State of North America by 2050.
Islam will dominate. That's what it will be.
These groups are not Al-Qaeda, they're not Hamas, they're not Hezbollah, and most of them are non-violent. But they still want to replace American law with their version of Sharia, Islamic law.
We want to see Sharia here, and it will be. The flag of La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah will be, inshallah, in the White House if that's what we choose to be.